Welcome back to the Pursuit of Yappiness podcast. I am your host, Daytona, and I'm joined by my co-host,
Michaela.
Yes, and this is the podcast where we yap.
And you listen.
Anyways, how are we?
Surviving, I guess.
That's so
Oh,
real.
don't knock that
So
over.
real. Yeah. I mean, all we can do is survive. So let's get into it. So I saw an ad for McDonald's gold sauce. Any idea what that is?
I don't, but I actually was just at a McDonald's, which I'll tell you the story, but I I saw it like on the front counter. They
Yeah,
had a
I was at a
sign.
McDonald's recently as well, getting a crispy
crispy
Coke.
Coke.
because that's usually what I go to McDonald's for. I do
Yeah.
like their chicken nuggies and their fries, but
More likely I'm just getting a
more
drink.
likely I'm just getting a Coke, correct? Because if you didn't know this, folks, McDonald's best Coke.
Yeah.
It is actually like
Crispy.
it's quite literally built different.
Mhm. Yep.
And it's very crispy and it's very good. Let's see. McDonald's gold sauce. What is it? It is a limited time tangy vinegar-based North Carolina style barbecue sauce with honey, mustard, and smoky flavors. Sounds really good.
It sounds like
actually.
honey mustard though.
Yeah, it sounds like honey mustard mixed with barbecue sauce. But yeah, apparently it came
I
out
think you have to like
and
vinegar for that to be-
described as a sweet smoky heaven by some reviewers. No one called it.
There's precisely one person.
One reviewer.
who wrote that.
Yeah, what's the link that it's Taste of Home is
Oh.
the website.
Shout out to
It's
the
great.
Taste of Home blog.
Some find it similar to a classic honey mustard sauce with a bit of tang and smoke. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, now we know. What's your McDonald's
Oh.
story?
Yeah, so well, for the listeners at home, the other week we went to the Taco Bell
Oh my gosh.
and it was a less than stellar dining experience.
I mean, you get what you pay for at Taco Bell, which first off, it's gotten so expensive. It's like, why am I paying for this? But second of all, yeah, it was an experience.
It took us like what 40 minutes to get our food,
Literally.
and you had ordered ahead on.
I
the app.
ordered ahead on the app 20 minutes before we got there.
And we were watching these men who were clearly under the influence of some
Oh, yeah.
kind.
Oh
moving
yeah, big
at
time.
literally the speed of the sloth from Zootopia in
Yes.
the DMV.
Just like
Not even exaggerating. Counting the seconds of them folding the paper over
I
the
know,
taco.
it's just like and if you obviously you can't see me, but I'm miming slowly folding a taco and putting the paper over it. But anyway.
Anyway, while we were there was a child also waiting in the waiting room isn't the right word.
Yeah,
The front near the counter.
front, yeah.
And he was waiting for his food, and apparently he'd been there for a while. So his dad came inside and was like, "Dude, what's taking so long? We have to go."
And then he
the-
starts yelling
Yeah.
and swearing at the work. I was like, "Do you want to leave? Like, we can go somewhere
yeah,
else."
it was a little scary. This man had aggressive energy. But the child was like, "I already paid for my food, Dad. I'm gonna wait for it." And then the child started reprimanding his father. This kid was probably like 10, saying, "You can't talk to people like that. They're gonna spit in my food."
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Anyway, they
I
eventually
was like,
left
they
and it
might
was
spit
fine.
in all of our food.
I know, yeah. So then, to bring this around to the McDonald's, I went to the McDonald's and it was a similar experience where the workers, I couldn't quite see them, so I don't know if they were also under the influence or if they were just slammed, because the reason I went inside when I was only ordering a Coke was that the drive-through line wrapped all the way around the building. And I went inside and literally every table had someone sitting at it. It was the most packed I've ever seen in McDonald's.
Crazy.
In this part of the country, they're usually like abandoned on the inside.
Yeah.
Like one employee.
Like the drive-through will be long, but
Yeah.
the inside is rarely full.
Right. It was packed, and I was in a strange town, so I was like, maybe, meaning unfamiliar to me. So I was like, maybe it's always like this. I don't know. But anyway, I went up to the counter and tried to pay for my food, and I stood there for like 10 minutes waiting for someone to come out because they were all in the back, like frantically making food for the drive-through line.
At least they were frantic and not just like,
Yeah. Yeah, it was less of a like. Well, to be fair, also when we went to Taco Bell, it was like 7:30 p.m.
right.
This was in the middle of the day. But anyways, there was a
Still.
child about 10 years old at the counter waiting for his food.
Oh.
And after a few minutes of standing there, his father came in. I was like, dude, what's taking so long? We might have to cancel your order because we have to go. And the kid was like, I already paid. I'm waiting for my food. And I was like, have I entered the Twilight Zone? Is this the same day again?
The crazy thing about the kid at Taco Bell, though, was that he didn't actually pay for his food because
That's true.
he was paying in cash, and he didn't realize because he paid on that little kiosk thing, and so he just never like went up
finished the order
right,
by
and
paying,
so even though they received the order, they didn't start making it because they didn't receive the payment for it.
Right.
But it's like, okay, hello, obviously somebody paid for some or somebody ordered something, and they're just standing there like.
You go up to them and you say, excuse me,
like,
do you need to pay?
Or like, excuse me, can I help you? Like, what?
I know, it was crazy. But anyway, I had that experience at McDonald's, and I
Twice.
was walking out with my Coke, and I was like, did I just have a Groundhog Day? Like,
yeah,
did
that's
this
so
same
wild.
thing just happen? And it was definitely not the same people.
Right.
Again,
Could you
because
imagine?
that would be even more wild. But this guy at least didn't get aggressive. The Taco Bell guy was like scary.
Yeah, he was. I felt unsafe.
Yeah.
There were a couple odd characters in there because there was also
Yeah.
some guy who was talking to the kid who I thought was his dad.
No,
originally.
they were like strangers.
Yes,
and they
they
just
were
sort of struck up a chat about guns and trucks and whatever.
And I was like,
what?
happening?
And he was dressed in like full motorcycle leathers
Yeah, like
too.
he was. Yes.
It was very odd.
It was odd, and he just like
Sat there
Anyway,
eating silently while this man was about to throw hands in the Taco
know.
Bell.
so weird. And the whole time I was just like, please God, let us not get food poisoning. Like,
yeah.
because we were literally moving. Like I was moving the next day, and so I was like, please.
We were, for
not right
context, we
now.
were going to Taco Bell right before we went to a dance party.
Yes.
And then the next
80s dance
morning at
party.
8 a.m., we were moving to a new apartment.
Yeah.
Not two of us together. We don't live together, to be
Yes.
clear. But I was
We
helping her move. Well,
we live very
like
nearby.
50 feet apart.
Ugh.
Yeah, that would have been like the worst timing to get food poisoning.
Yeah, for sure.
Yuck.
That would have been horrible. I had food poisoning when I was pregnant with baby
Ugh.
number 2. And
Wait, really?
yes.
Did you tell me about this?
Or maybe actually I don't think it was food poisoning. We just got some kind of stomach bug.
Okay.
It was when we were all like we were dying.
I was like,
It
I would
was-
have remembered that.
It was like 3 weeks before my due date.
Oh.
Maybe even like 2. I think it was like 2 weeks before my due date. It was end of March.
Okay.
And I was I was like, I'm going to die. Like, I couldn't stop throwing up. Jake got over it within like 24
yes,
hours.
I do remember. And it was like fine.
Yes.
And you guys were
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, sorry. I
it's
mean,
fine.
your oldest daughter.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Bleep it out. Yeah, she threw up like twice. And
yeah, and then
but I couldn't stop. Like,
Ugh.
and because of how pregnant I was, I pissed myself every single time. And so there would be times where it's like, okay, I have to throw up. So get a little trash can and sit, which I had a system because
yeah.
with older daughter, I had hyperemesis, which if you don't know what that is, that
You never
is-
stop.
you never
puking.
stop puking. Like lots of people, they throw up in their first trimester or they just get a little nauseous or they're completely fine. And I did not have that experience. I threw up the whole 9 months. And by the time I was like halfway through and there was a baby pushing on my bladder, I peed. every time I puked. And so I would have to, and also, if I were to try puking, sorry, this is a little graphic. If I was going to try to puke into a toilet, I would just never stop because toilets are gross. And so I would have to, I had a designated puke trash can.
Was it also the bowl that you ate popcorn out
No,
of?
no, no,
because
no.
that's a thing that people
I
do.
know, which is crazy. No.
We did not have that in
We
my house
did-
growing up.
Us either. No. I just had like one of those mini trash cans
Yeah.
that had a bag in it always.
Yeah.
So we just took the bag out.
I remember one time after both your kids were born, we came to your house and it was outside in the garden.
Yes.
And I was like, oh no, is someone puking?
And it's like, no, we just put it out there because I didn't know where else to put it. But yeah, so anyway, puking.
At least one of our friends' labor story is like she was vomiting and peeing like through her all of labor.
Every whole
like
thing's coming out of it.
Nightmare.
Yeah, been
horror
there.
story material.
Been there. Thankfully, labor did not go like that for me. But that's another story for another episode. If you wish.
Stay tuned if you want to hear the deets.
But yeah. Are you reading any fun books right now?
I just finished the Welcome to Night Vale book.
Oh right, I saw that on your Goodreads.
Which was an odd experience. I love the
So
Welcome
what
to Night
what
Vale
is that about?
podcast.
I keep hearing about this podcast. Like,
Okay.
give me the full.
I freaking love this podcast.
Okay.
Shout out to Welcome to Night Vale. Would recommend it. So basically, it's hard to describe, but the premise of it is that it's a fictional southwestern desert town called Nightvale.
Okay.
And the podcast is the Nightvale Community Radio. So when you're listening to the podcast, the narrator of the podcast is the radio host. His name is Cecil.
Got it. So it's like a fictional podcast.
It's a fictional radio show.
Right.
And his name is Cecil, and so he is the radio host. He's the narrator of the podcast, and he'll do segments like traffic and local news and children's fun fact science corner. And sometimes they have guests on the podcast who are like residents of the town of Nightvale.
Okay.
And various things occur, shenanigans. But the town is kind of like I'm pretty certain the entire thing is supposed to be like a satire.
Okay.
But the town is like this sort of pseudo fantastical light horrorville where like all of the characters are completely ridiculous. Like one of them is a teenage boy who's a shapeshifter, and then there's another one who is just the severed hand of an adult man, and she has a sentience of her own. Another one is a fist-sized river rock, and she's just a character. Then there's another character who's just a sentient glow cloud, and the mayor or candidate for mayor at one point is a 5-headed dragon. Like they're all just these crazy characters that are so fun and interesting.
Yeah.
And the segments of the podcast are also pseudo satirical and sort of silly. Like sometimes they'll have ads from our sponsors, and then they just end up being like super wackadoodle crazy things, and then at the end like it'll be this long rambling rant about like finding meaning as a human and connecting with your childhood, and then at the end it'll say something like Fruit Loops. And you're like, what?
That's so funny.
So it's very bizarre on purpose, but I really enjoy it. It's very fun. The episodes are short, and the episodes are usually independent of each other. Sometimes there's through plots where you can like follow a story as it progresses. there are occasional like subtle commentaries on society as a whole, but in
Right.
general it's just like silly. It's really, really good. So anyway, they took a couple of casually mentioned, not really developed plot threads, and they put them in a book and made like a novel out of it. So it did take me a while to get through it because it was very strange and a little bit slow, because when you try to adapt a 20-minute episode podcast format into a novel, it kind of dragged in some parts.
Right.
But it is also super quotable. Like, one of the things in the podcast that they do is before the episode starts, there's like a little quote or snippet in the beginning, and then there's the welcome to the podcast thing with the theme song. And one of the quotes or snippets in the beginning that I remember that happened recently was don't make perfection the enemy of good. Good has enough enemies already.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, just little things like that. It's really good.
It's awesome.
I would recommend. Give it a listen.
Yeah.
I would start with the episode that's called Wheat and Wheat Byproducts. I think it's like number 11 or something. It starts at the beginning, but it's a good one to start with because it's like a taste of what the episodes are like
Makes
the vibes.
sense. Nice.
So yeah, I just finished that, and then I started the Magpie Murders.
Oh right, yes.
Which
you
is
were telling me about that.
First one in a trilogy, I think.
Okay, nice.
But it's by Anthony Horowitz, who wrote the Alex Rider series.
Okay.
Which is like a young adult thing that I really liked when I was a young adult.
Nice.
A child really, because I read.
Oh yeah.
Above my reading level.
I was reading YA in elementary school.
Yeah.
Like.
So I was like, ooh, a book for adults written by this author that I used to like.
That's fun.
Which is also how I felt when I discovered A Casual Vacancy by J.K. Rowling.
Oh yeah.
Which was also good, completely different, but
love her work. Don't love her.
I don't really know that much about her. I know she's problematic in various ways, but
yeah, very.
I also found out recently that she has a whole series that she wrote under a pseudonym.
Oh.
That I didn't know about. I forget what the pseudonym is. It's a man's name.
Interesting.
Richard something maybe? I don't remember.
Huh. Wild. Yeah, I mean, as someone who like wasn't allowed to watch Harry Potter and who only like recently like actually watched it all from start to finish as an adult, like I really liked it, and I think it's such a shame that like such a cool world and cool concept has to be ruined by the person who created it. But I do feel that the like actual like fandom like isn't a fan of her.
Oh, no.
And so I mean, and it's weird because it just feels that she's like everything she stands for feels very antithetical to everything. Like all of like the messaging in the series, you know? So
yeah, it's almost a scenario where it makes me wonder if she just kind of said the thing that would make her the most famous.
True. Yeah.
I always wonder that when people are
clickbaity, triggering.
Yeah, I
type
don't know.
garbage.
I obviously don't know for sure. Her pen name is Robert Galbraith for her crime novels.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah. I am still chugging away at Throne of Glass, the very first one.
Yeah, I made good progress on that when we babysat the other day.
Nice. Yeah, it's good. I really like it. So I've been reading that, and then I've also been reading, I picked up a book from the library called The Secret History by Donna Tartt. It's really good. So far I'm not very far in. I'm only like, I don't know, maybe 50 pages in. But it's really good so far. Basically, it starts kind of, I think it starts in the middle of the story and then it goes back. But basically this group of 5 students at this like Vermont university who are in this like elitist classics like ancient Greek class with this very like charismatic professor who's also very like elusive, and like they're a weird eclectic bunch. And the 5 of them, 6 of them, I can't remember how many of them there are. The group of them, the group, they basically, like, one of them is murdered by the other ones, I think. So they get caught up in this murder. It hasn't happened yet. Well, I guess it technically did, like, right at the beginning of the book. And they're kind of, the whole book is basically, like, the build up to that murder, and then them trying to cover it up, as well as just, like, their, like, psychological fallout, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very
Is
interested.
it a recent book?
I don't think so. No. Let's see. When did it come out? I'm quite certain it is not recent. 1992.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I've been noticing that that's kind of a trend recently, is like murder mystery / whodunit books, but you know who did it from the very beginning, and the rest of the book is like explaining why.
Yeah.
So another one that I
Yeah.
read recently is The Fury.
Oh, yeah.
I forget the author's name.
I know what you're
Something
talking
with
about.
an M. Oh, Alex Michaelides.
Okay.
Michael IDES. I don't know how you say that.
Okay.
But yeah, I read that recently. And it was similar, where like it was narrated by a like first person, by a person who was there and like saw the murder, and then someone, who is murdered, and you know that they got killed right away, and then you like have to figure out why and who did it and all that stuff.
Right. Yeah, I think the story is, I mean, obviously it's about the murder, but I think it's more exploring classism and privilege and elitism and all that stuff. It's like, it's about the plot, but it's also not. Like, from what I've heard about it, is that it's very character driven versus like plot driven. And that all the characters are like very complicated. There's like nobody's really like good or bad necessarily. So yeah, I am very interested. It was recommended to me when I was building my like 2025 reading list. So yeah, so I'm excited to be reading it. But yeah, I'll talk about it when I'm done. Yeah, I haven't been reading as much just since, because I haven't been reading as much in the past week as I've been writing a lot more. So all my time and like energy and specifically mental energy has been taken up by that. So
yeah, and we all go in phases.
Yeah.
I have lots of different arts and crafts that I like to do, and they all come and go in phases.
Yes.
And then also I have a couple of video games that I like and I like to read, so it all just kind of rotates out.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
I haven't turned on my computer, like my gaming computer, in a month and a half, 2 months.
Wow. Yeah.
Because I just haven't been. I've been doing like physical arts.
Well,
and
yeah,
crafts
and
recently.
we've all just been really busy.
Yeah, like freaking, I feel like I haven't sat down on my own couch in many weeks.
No, I feel that. I really do.
It's a shame because we just got a new couch.
I know. I mean, we're sitting on it right now,
That's
but
true,
it's
it's true,
it's
it's true.
different. Like, I feel, like I've been home, but I haven't been home.
Right.
And I feel really tired, and I feel like we've been on the go, and like also because we just moved, we're still kind of like settling in a little bit, and there's still like 2 boxes that still need to be like put away, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do with all of this.
Throw it away.
I know. I just want to throw it in the garbage. No, but it's stuff that I want and need, and like pictures that I haven't like hung up yet and stuff like that. So
yeah, I think I notice it the most when I'm not home a lot for an extended period, because my cats get feisty. Like, they start complaining more, meowing, following us around, scratching on the couch, like stuff like that, and it's just like they just want attention, and if we're not home, then they start acting out.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting here on the couch recording this, and my cat is just the happiest little guy laying next to me. He just likes to be around us.
Yeah. Ugh.
Little buddies.
I am so excited for Taylor Swift's new album. When
I thought you were going to say you were excited to get your cat.
Oh, I am excited to get her back too. Yeah, our
Topic
cat.
change.
Yes, our cat has been living with my in-laws for a little bit, just as we've been, children and moving and all these things. But now that we're in a bigger place, we get to have her back, Miss Moira Rose.
Very exciting.
Yeah, so it'll be fun to have her back because I miss her very much because she was always my cat for sure. Yelena, R.I.P. Was always Jake's cat, and we miss her as well. And it's sad to not have the two of them, but glad to have Moira.
Yeah.
And Yelena is living her best life in cat heaven.
Or possibly someone else in
yeah,
another town
or somebody else. But the girl was born inside and has only ever been inside, so I don't have high hopes. But yeah.
But then again, Nigel was born inside. Another friend of ours, their cat. He was born inside, and he only ever lived inside, and he survived outside for like a month and a half.
Yeah, he found his way back.
And then they came back.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's hope.
Perhaps. But yes, Taylor Swift's new album, The Life of a Showgirl. I'm very excited. It's gonna be great.
I saw it on Spotify the other day when I was my method of listening to music is just finding a random playlist and pressing shuffle. And I saw it on Spotify and I was like, oh yeah, that came out, I'll listen to it. And then I clicked on it and it was like, coming soon, October.
Oh yeah, I was
whatever.
like, wait, it doesn't come out yet. Yeah.
I was like, why is it even here if you can't listen to it yet?
October 3rd. And yes, I'm excited. I had pre-ordered, so Taylor Capitalism Swift. Okay.
Wait, I thought she was supposed to be one of the good ones.
I mean, she is, but she's still a billionaire.
Oh, yeah.
And she basically, she put out so many variants of this like vinyls. And I am a collector of these things.
So you can order like 5 different kinds.
Right. And I didn't want to, like, I don't want to do that. And so like there's the original one.
Christmas list.
Yeah. And there's like 5 different ones, and they were all like special edition only, like they will only be released once.
Oh.
And so I bought, so there was the first one that came out, which is just like the regular standard one. And then the second one she came out with, which was a special edition, never to be seen again. And I pre-ordered that one. And then, because I liked the album cover better than the original one. And then she came out with like 5 other ones. And I liked the other ones so much more. But like, I couldn't put those on my Christmas list because they are like, they're not for sale anymore. So, but I will say Target, which depending on how you feel about Target, I know that, things aren't great with them right now.
There's no ethical consumption under capitalism.
Exactly. So they have one, and it's like a sparkly pink one, which you know how I love pink. So I'm like, well, if my mother-in-law buys it for me for Christmas, then I'm not the one buying it. I'm not spending my money at Target. But anyway, yeah. So I think it'll be fun, and I'm excited to listen to it, and I am very curious as to what this new era of T Swift is going to bring about. And she's engaged, she's living her best life, and I'm happy for her.
Daytona is an avid fan of Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah,
she follows all the news.
Major Swiftie. But
I found out about the engagement like
the
2
moment
minutes after it happened because she texted me.
I had literal tears in my eyes. I felt so stupid. I'm like, this is parasocial, like, ridiculousness. I can't believe myself. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? You like something, you're invested in it, power to you.
Yeah, I'm allowed to like
Whatever.
things. I'm allowed.
Yeah, you're allowed to like things. I have never once cared about a celebrity.
That's fine.
But I have cared irrationally about other things, like fictional character relationships.
And that's fine.
So, it balances out.
I care about that as well. I care about real people relationships as well. But yes, I too care deeply about fictional character relationships. I mean, chapter 54 of A Court of Mist and Fury, huh?
Which one was that?
Chapter
the
54.
Spicy one or the emotional one?
The one
Okay.
before. Chapter 55 is the spice. Chapter 54 is the emotional one.
Okay.
If you haven't read it, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but if you're going to read ACOTAR, read it. And
if you're gonna read it.
You know what I mean. Maybe.
Read the books in order though. Don't just skip
well,
to chapter 54.
No, of course. Don't just like pick up the second book and skip to the Anyway, it's just a really beautiful chapter and I loved it so much.
Think about it when I eat soup.
Yeah, same. Same. Yeah, but celebrities, I have my like select few that I'm invested in their lives. Like I love Taylor Swift, I love Trixie Mattel and Katya, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
No, there are more, but those are like the main people that I really kind of like keep up with and see the things that they're doing.
I think the only like content I guess that I keep up with is Critical Role. And even that I sort of lapsed for a year and a half.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting back into it because they're starting their new campaign. But even that I only care about the story. I don't care about the actual people as people.
Got it.
I don't see them as celebrities. They're just a means to a story.
Fair. Yeah, in terms of content, yeah, I mean, obviously I listen to music and, there are TV shows that I like, but I also love Dan and Phil, because they were a thing of my youth and then they came back from the dead and they are making content again and it's so lovely because now I have real adult money to, support it. Versus being like a young teenager and being like, I want to go to this show, but there's no way my parents are going to let me go to that. And
now you can just on a whim go to a gay club in Boston by accident.
Well,
wait, did you know that it was a gay club when you went?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and that was for Katya, but yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep, that was so fun. Shout out to Katya. Saw you. That was great. It was it's always so surreal to see somebody that you watch on a screen primarily in person.
Yeah.
It's super weird.
That's never happened to me. I've never run into like a celebrity in public or seen anybody that I recognized in public.
What about like going to like a concert?
I've been to one concert in my life.
Oh, who was it?
And it was Casting Crowns. When I was like 12.
I think I saw Casting Crowns in concert too. Once again, growing up evangelical.
Yeah, my mom took me and a bunch of my friends. And I think maybe one of the friends' moms went too.
Of course.
And we all got in the minivan and went to Casting Crowns. That's the only concert I've ever been to.
That's so funny.
It was fine, but I just don't like concerts because I don't like loud places with lots of people in them.
Yeah, they're very overstimulating for sure.
And again, I'm just not a fan of any one band enough to pay and go to a concert.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'd rather listen to it in the comfort of my own home.
What if they were coming to town?
I still think I would just listen to it at home.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know because
that's fair.
You just never know what you're going to get. Like you have
It's true. You never know who you're going to be sitting next to. You never know
how many
what
people
the
are going
crowd
to be
is going to
smoking
be like.
weed
Yeah.
And like
and
the
just like the
traffic
smells and the trash and the
everybody
traffic
is sweaty and
and
smells bad.
Yeah.
And like, what if the weather is terrible? I don't know.
yeah, like when I went to Jonas Brothers recently
yeah.
and like took the train, like I was so exhausted by the time. I mean, granted, I went by
know.
myself and I did a lot of walking and a lot of like train and subway hopping, and it was a very overwhelming experience.
Yeah.
And like Fenway is a kind of a terrible venue. Like it's fun, but it's kind of terrible because the seats are so tiny. They are not built for anyone who weighs over like 150 pounds, and I weigh over 150.
You and me both.
And so, yeah, it's definitely not a good situation.
Yeah, and they're like hard plastic folding chairs, right?
Yeah. It was like it was a lot, and everybody around me was sweaty because it was hot outside.
Yeah.
I was sweaty. They were sweaty. We
Gross.
were all just sticky and sweaty, and it was fun. But it was a lot. So I don't blame you for not being into it.
Yeah.
I think
I have other hobbies that I would prefer to spend my money and time on.
And
That's
there
all.
you go. And there you go.
Like books.
Yes, books. We love books.
Arts and crafts.
Yes.
Perhaps travel someday.
Travel. Yeah. Yeah. I just want to eat my way around like the world.
Absolutely.
That's my goal. That's the dream.
Yeah. When we go to Spain potentially next summer, we're just going to eat so many churros and
tapas.
Ham.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
When we visited my family, who live decently far away, and my husband went with my brothers to the city to see a concert.
What did they see?
It was called King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Okay.
And it was a band that my brother likes, and so he
Okay.
invited my other brothers and my husband and my dad to go with him.
Mm-hmm.
And none of them had ever listened to the music, and like they didn't know
say
the
I've
band. They were
ever
like,
heard of them.
they were just like, sure. It's a very Gen Z band, I think.
Oh,
because my brother and all
I
his
am
friends like him.
technically Gen Z. But
Yeah, but you're old enough that like
I know
you're
an
only
elder
partway.
Gen Z.
You got one foot in each.
Yeah, it's true.
You also didn't go to art school.
Yeah, fair.
Which is a whole separate thing. But anyway, so I'm pretty sure my dad and my brother like looked up the music before they went, but my husband did not. He was like, I'm going in cold. I'm just gonna see how I like it. And they have like, for example, they have one song where it's like imagine like heavy metal music but for people who are on drugs.
Okay. Isn't heavy metal
like
music
like
already-
psychedelic heavy metal?
Okay,
I guess.
okay. I see what you're
And-
trying to say.
And there's one song where there's a part where they just yell the word dragon at the top of their lungs over and over and over and over again. They played it for me when they came back because they were trying to describe the experience, and I was like, what? And it was quite something.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, they went to that and they were like, it was fun. It was a good time. It was a jam. It was a bop. It probably would have been better if we would have been all high, because I feel like that's who it was oriented towards.
Probably. Yeah, for sure.
Like, I guess they had like big screens with like, you know, floating color type stuff and like flashing lights.
Yeah, it was
and whatever.
definitely for people who had just like dropped acid or
Yeah,
like smoked a
yes,
joint or something
exactly.
previous to the show.
I was really surprised that when they came back they didn't smell like marijuana.
Yeah,
but,
yeah,
you know.
seriously.
The devil's lettuce.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, I feel that there hasn't been a concert that I've gone to in the last 5 to maybe even 10 years where it hasn't smelled like weed the whole time.
Right, yeah.
So, yeah, if you don't like that smell,
I hate that
it's
smell.
not going to be fun.
It makes
for you.
me feel like physically nauseous.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like
See,
it.
I don't hate it. Like, I feel there's almost a nostalgia to it from being like at school, not high
Yeah.
school, but college school, because campus just smells like it.
Yeah.
And so it just reminds me of that. Well, and also like growing up in Las Vegas too, like smelled it a lot.
Yeah.
So
I don't think I ever smelled it until I went to Europe for the first time in like 2012. And then I was like,
was
why
it
is it
legal there? Is it legal there?
Good question. I don't know.
know about the. I mean, I'm sure every country has their own unique laws, but
Yeah, I don't know. I do know when I was there for the first time. Actually, the first time would have been 2011, I think. I went to Germany, but we went on a little trip to the Czech Republic for like a day or two. And they had just legalized absinthe there.
oh,
And so, and I was, how old are you in like 10th grade?
like 15, 16?
Yeah. So, and I was raised Christian, had no experience with
yes,
drugs
of course.
whatsoever. And so I was very naive, and I was like, what's absinthe? I had no idea. And I'm in like the back streets of Prague, and there's just green stuff everywhere.
Oh,
Like, there was
yeah.
an ice cream shop that had a giant ice cream statue outside that was green, and I was
Oh my
like, is it pistachio?
goodness.
Like, I had no
That's so
idea it was
funny.
absinthe ice cream.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Absinthe ice cream.
Yeah, I'd never tried it.
Ew.
I've tasted
I've
absinthe
never had
once
absinthe.
because we have friends from Switzerland and they're very into their liquors.
Oh.
And
Aren't they old?
yes, they're very old. They're in their
And they're
80s.
like into absinthe.
No. they don't just like do absinthe on a regular basis. They enjoy it the same way that you would enjoy like a glass of whiskey or something.
I still don't even understand absinthe. Like, what?
It has
Like, doesn't it have like hallucinogenic properties? But how can a
No.
liquor have that?
I don't think it does. I think from what I understand, you can like combine it with stuff like that.
Okay.
I don't really know. But as far as like the kind that they are doing does not have hallucinogenic properties any more than regular alcohol does. Despite historical myths about its psychoactive effects, these are not attributed to the high alcohol content. These are attributed to the high alcohol content, not the thujone from the wormwood.
Interesting.
So it's made from wormwood and other herbs, and wormwood itself has, I guess, in high concentrations, psychoactive effects.
Got
but
it.
absinthe does not.
Interesting.
But it's a very Swiss drink. Like it came from Switzerland. And
I
like,
see. Interesting.
So, and you can dilute it with water before you drink it.
Right.
And there's this special absinthe spoon that you can get that has holes in it that you put sugar on, and then you pour the absinthe onto the absinthe spoon, and it goes through the sugar and into the glass, and like dissolves the sugar to make it sweeter.
Interesting.
Because it's like 40-something% alcohol.
Well, yeah.
Like
I mean, I think that's probably why it gets that's probably why it's illegal, because of the.
Yeah, it's
of the
basically like just drinking disinfectant.
Yeah, it's just straight rubbing alcohol.
And it has anise and fennel in it too. So it's like,
see, I would hate that. I hate both anise and fennel.
Yeah,
Yuck.
Do not enjoy.
Yeah. But apparently only 3 European countries have legalized adult use marijuana. And it's Malta, Luxembourg, and Germany.
Oh, well, I was in Germany, so.
Yeah, so that makes sense. That's crazy. Yeah. I would have thought, just 'cause I feel like, I don't know, especially, I would think that places like the UK or like, France, like,
Yeah.
those feel like places where it would be legal, so that's surprising to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really understand.
I guess it's not legal in the US. It's like it's
Depends on the state you're in.
right, exactly. It depends on the state. So maybe
Maybe
it is
there are French states where you can have it. I
right.
don't
Like
know.
maybe it's legal in Paris or something, but
Yeah.
not in, a tiny remote
Yeah.
little village.
Or maybe the opposite.
Or maybe the opposite. Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, this all started because I was saying that I think that was the first time I smelled it.
Oh,
Weed
right.
was when I was in Europe,
Yes.
and I was like, "Is there a skunk around here?" And people are like, "You naive little sweet summer child."
Yes.
But yeah, and cigars when I was in Germany, cigars, just because of the types of people I was with. It was like
Right.
rural men in their 30s. They were really into cigar smoking.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
I
That
was
makes
not.
sense.
Partially because I don't like the smell, but partially because I was still kind of in the mindset of like, drugs will
Drugs
lead you
are
straight
bad.
to hell. Yeah.
Which, to be fair,
Some
I
drugs
don't think
are
they
very
bring you
bad.
to hell, but I do think that drugs tend to lean towards being not so good for you.
Yeah. Well,
so,
they some of them impair your judgment, which makes you do
Yes.
stupid stuff.
right,
And, like,
exactly.
some people don't need any help being stupid. So,
Yes,
you
I
know.
agree. I agree.
And anything that you smoke has the potential to damage your lungs. So that's always a thing.
Truthfully, yeah. Yep.
My father-in-law likes to pipe every once in a while, and I told my husband, I was like, "You can smoke a pipe when I'm dead.
Yeah,
I
for
don't
real.
want to smell it. I don't want to see it. I don't want you to get lung cancer." Like,
Yeah. Yeah, the risks don't outweigh the benefits. Or they do. Wait. The risks.
the benefits don't outweigh the risks.
Right,
There you go.
exactly. The risks outweigh the benefits.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think, and especially too with like people taking prescription drugs that were not prescribed to them, like that's never
It's
a good
very
idea.
dangerous.
Take your medicine. Do not take other people's medicine.
Yeah.
End of story. So,
And don't take medicine that you didn't get from an official pharmacy.
that
'Cause
too.
you never know what's in it, and you could die.
Yes, correct.
Those parts of the pit were absolutely bone chilling.
Oh, yes. Gut wrenching. Truly. Yeah. Any story where I hear about, I mean, anyone, but like especially teenagers who were taking something that is, harmless, like quote unquote,
like ADHD medicine or whatever.
right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think they were just taking, Adderall, thank you. But it had fentanyl in it. So, that's scary. So, yeah, if you're going to be like, if you do take Adderall for your ADHD, awesome. Don't buy it from the streets. So, yeah.
Today's pro tips.
Don't buy drugs off the street.
Boy.
Yeah. Yes. Did you see that Bad Bunny is going to be headlining the Super Bowl halftime show?
I don't know who Bad Bunny is.
Okay. Well, he is a musical artist from Puerto Rico.
In case you were wondering, folks, yes, I do live under a rock.
So, yeah. Bad Bunny, he's a Puerto Rican rapper and singer.
Okay.
And which is interesting.
When you first said that, I was picturing Bugs Bunny up on the floating platform like Beyonce or whoever,
my gosh.
like doing a
Rihanna.
provocative dance.
Oh goodness. No. This is Bad Bunny. Right here.
Very much a human man.
Yes, a human man. He dubbed the king of Latin trap. So his music is in Spanish, and the fan base of the NFL, like okay, this was this was such an interesting choice.
It is very all of his music is in Spanish. Like he's not going to do English music.
I think he has like something. I don't actually know. Any Bad Bunny song I've ever heard has been in Spanish.
Okay, let's see. English songs, Bad Bunny.
So
He does have a couple.
Okay. Because yeah, like I have listened to his music before. I don't know what most of it says.
Wait a minute.
Because my Spanish is
Rudimentary.
yeah. I'm an intermediate Spanish speaker. I'm not an intermediate Spanish singer.
Yeah.
So
yeah. This news story is: does Bad Bunny sing any English songs? Fans confused after Super Bowl halftime reveal.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm excited. Like, I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
However, just thinking about the fan base of the NFL, I'm like, these people can't handle seeing a white woman, Taylor Allison Swift, on their screen for 5.5 seconds. How are they going to do when they see a man who is not speaking or singing in English? Like, and I just
Riots.
think, yeah, I'm really surprised, but bold moves by the NFL. I support it.
I'm really surprised that, like, because I'm assuming the people who make up the NFL are similar to their fans.
That's what I would think too, but apparently not, I guess. I mean, I think last year was Kendrick Lamar, I think.
Right.
I
but
thought
he was very outspoken against like Republican stuff too.
And so that was what was so interesting. That was kind of iconic. That was a very his performance. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting. Time will tell.
Just reading about like Bad Bunny's lyrics and stuff, and apparently he has a song slamming Trump as a chump. And his popular song Not Like Us is a diss track to America.
Oh yeah, that's Kendrick
To be
Lamar.
clear, I've never heard. No, this is Bad Bunny.
Not Like Us is Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, it's Lamar is commenting on it.
Yes.
I mean, Bad Bunny is commenting on it. Sorry. I'm reading an article about Bad Bunny, but I'm just like skimming it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, and also Puerto Rican too, and like, you know, Puerto Rico, I remember, I forget what the guy was, but or who the guy was, but at some Trump rally back before the election happened, like, he was a comedian at a Trump rally who was hired to like open for the rally, which is crazy. Who hires a comedian for a political rally?
Only
for one
unhinged individual.
I know. But he called Puerto Rico a floating pile of garbage in the middle of the ocean. And I'm like, that's horrible, for one.
Yeah.
And two, I feel like the fan base of the NFL and the fan base of Donald Trump, that Venn diagram, it's not quite a circle, but it's definitely closer to a circle than a true Venn diagram.
Yeah.
And so I'm very
maybe
curious.
I should have a little bit more faith in football. I mean, it's easy for me to say that because I don't like football.
Me either.
And I don't like sports, and so it's hard for me to remember that not everybody who's a sports fan is a moron.
Right.
But I know that that's not the case. Like,
right. Yeah.
There are plenty of intelligent people who also enjoy sports. I'm just not one of them.
I guess I just associate specifically football because it's like American. Like I feel that I just associate that sport with Republicans. So
I can't stop thinking about the Ram ad.
Oh, yes. The only thing we can't do is stop being American.
And then they have like a little rhyme where they're like, swing, take your shot, take your swing, rev your engines and let freedom ring, or something. I can't remember. It's so funny. I laugh. And there's like a screeching bald eagle that flies across the street. Kills me every time I
I
see
know,
it.
same.
I can never hold it in. I just like laugh so hard.
It's so good.
Oh man, is that ad ever gonna make me buy a Ram?
I know.
Absolutely not. But is it entertaining? Oh yeah.
Certainly is. Oh my goodness.
The first time I saw it, I was like, "Is this gonna end up being a satire?" No, it was 100%.
It was real.
real.
It was real.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
I mean, because it was just like trucks like flying through the air.
Yeah.
Like splashing in the mud because, can't get any more manly and more American than that.
Mud and trucks. Can I have that if you're done with it?
Oh, yeah. But, yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying before? We were talking about Bad Bunny.
Yes, Bad Bunny. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be a great halftime show. I always look forward to that. When I think about the Super Bowl, I think about, well, I guess food for one,
That's what
and also the commercials because they're typically funny, and also the halftime show because I've always liked watching that. But the past couple years I've been more invested in the actual football part, but that is just because of T Swift and Travis Kelce. So
guess it'll depend who is in the Super Bowl.
yeah, it'll all depend. If it's the Chiefs, then as long as Taylor and Travis are still together.
We were my husband and I were at a restaurant the other day, and there was the football game was playing so I guess it was yesterday. And the Patriots, I guess, were playing.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, the Patriots are like actually doing really well, or they did really well last week or something." And I was like, "Don't the Patriots always win?" And he was like, "No, not recently.
Not recently.
Not since Brady and
Yeah.
Belichick left." And I was like,
Yeah, no.
"Who did what?" I had no idea they left.
Oh yeah. Tom Brady is old, and I don't know where the other guy went to.
Belichick. I guess he was the coach or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he retired.
Shows you
or
how
went
much
to a
I
different
know.
Game. Yeah, a different team. I have no idea. I remember a couple of jobs ago. Actually, wait, no, it was my last job when I worked at a warehouse. I had emailed not like my immediate boss, but like the owner of the company a question. Because it was a really small company, so we were allowed to do that. It was about snow. It was like, what happens if it's a blizzard, like, and I can't get to work? What's the policy? And he answered me with a Belichick quote, and I was like, I don't know what this means. Like, can you please just tell me?
Tell me in
what I'm supposed to do
language.
in plain English. I don't speak football. Like, you can't. You can't take this niche cultural reference and expect me to interpret it in a workplace
Patriots
setting.
Is so like New England, and so they just assume that you should know. Like,
but at the same time, they knew I wasn't originally from New
that's
England.
so true.
And
yeah,
I'm a
me
woman
either.
as well, so I kind of was like, if you're the kind of person to make assumptions, like, wouldn't you assume the opposite?
Right.
But anyway, when I asked, I literally replied, and I was like, I don't know what this means. Please answer my question. And then he didn't reply, and then in person at work the next day in front of people, he made fun of me for not knowing what he was saying. And I was like, wow, this is really professional. Great job, guys.
Perfect. Yeah.
I didn't stay in that job for very long. It was very toxic.
Football, sports, the halftime show will be fun. Yeah, men. And I look forward to it. And there have been some pretty good halftime shows, I feel like, in the last handful of years. Like, I feel the biggest, and obviously there's no way to, like, make this better, but just the audio quality is always so bad when you're watching on TV. So it's like, this doesn't sound great, but I think then I'll see like a video of it and it sounds a lot better. And so I think it just doesn't translate well over TV.
Yeah.
Even if like the person did a really good job. But I just remember the year that Rihanna headlined the Super Bowl
Was she the
halftime
one who was
show.
pregnant?
Yes.
Okay.
Wearing like the red like jumpsuit.
Yeah. I remember
Yeah.
liking her dance routines.
Yes, I liked
Even
it
though
too.
then afterwards everybody who was like, you know, conservative was like so risque, so provocative, and I was like, I did not have that reaction at all. I
she
didn't think
literally
that at
like
all.
rubbed her pregnant belly, and I was just like, "What? Like, why is this provocative to you? Like, you're crazy." But on that note, anything else?
Well, do we want to do poetry slam?
Oh yeah. Do you want to read it or should I?
Well, I have a different one. You can read yours.
Oh. Okay.
This is the segment of the podcast where we talk about poetry that we like.
Yeah. So yes. Just to finish off the episode, a nice little poetry reading. I'm gonna read a poem by Lauren Brandt. The news is not good, but I got out of bed. The news is not good, but I'll kiss your little head. The news is not good, but we're watching cartoons. The news is not good, but look, there's the moon. The news is not good, but this is your one childhood. The news is not good, but I'll make sure that you feel safe and loved while I can, no matter what else is going on in this mad world, too. So, yeah. I really like that one.
Tell the people why.
Yeah, so I just feel that it is very very like fitting's not the right word that I'm looking for, but it's very
appropriate.
Yeah, sure. It's very appropriate for the current time that we're in, just because again there's just so much like horrific and atrocious happenings going on right now, and to raise children in this world is very scary and just like
Yep.
So it's a lot. Raising myself in this world right now is a lot, and I think that's why the poem has like this like little like illustration on it, and it's like a mom with her baby like underneath her, and like there's like rain coming down, and the baby is smiling because all the baby sees is their mom, and they don't see like the rain. And I think as a mom, that's how I want to be. It's like obviously my kids are going to find out about the real world, but I'm going to try to protect them as much as I can. So, yeah.
My poem is in response to Hope is the Thing with Feathers by Emily Dickinson.
Yes.
So there's a famous poem by Emily Dickinson that starts out with hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. That's the first like stanza. And the one that I found earlier today that I really appreciated, it does not have an author credited on it.
Oh.
Unfortunately. I just found it as like a repost. So that's kind of sad. But it's called Hope is Not a Bird, Emily. It's a sewer rat. And it goes, Hope is not the thing with feathers that comes home to roost when you need it most. Hope is an ugly thing with teeth and claws and patchy fur that's seen some shit. It's what thrives in the discards and survives in the ugliest parts of our world, able to find a way to go on when nothing else can even find a way in. It's the gritty, nasty little carrier of such diseases as optimism, persistence, perseverance, and joy, transmissible as it drags its tail across your path and bites you in the ass. Hope is not some delicate, beautiful bird, Emily. It's a lowly little sewer rat that snorts pesticides like they were lines of coke and still shows up on time to work the next day, looking no worse for wear.
Good.
Right? I just feel like, you know, I have it better than a lot of people do right now, but I still feel like I'm desperately clawing my way through every day, trying to not just lose all hope and despair terribly.
Yes.
And you know, we say stay informed, read your reliable news sources, etc., but at the same time, like, that is completely exhausting to do.
Yes.
And sometimes I don't have energy for like niceties, and so I feel like I literally look like a sewer rat physically.
Right.
And then also I feel like one in terms of like in terms of how I feel that I am perceived in terms of acceptability to others.
Right, I get
And
that.
then also like I am like subsisting on the garbage that the world has to offer me. And to be fair, like, you know, like I said, there are many people who are worse off than I am, and relatively I'm doing fine. Like, I'm not actually subsisting off of garbage.
Right.
But in terms of the emotional and spiritual and social nutrition that we are offered as a society, it does feel like I'm surviving on garbage, and trying to find anything that's more substantial than that is a lot of work.
Right. Yes.
So,
I get that.
and then I had one more poem that's much shorter, but I peel oranges neatly. The sections come apart cleanly, perfectly in my hands. When Emily peels an orange, she tears holes in it. Juice squirts in all directions. Kate, she says, I don't know how you do it. Emily is my best friend. I hope she never learns how to peel oranges. Which, again, uncredited, and I don't think it's referring to Emily Dickinson, to be fair. It's a different Emily.
No, that's so funny that they both are talking to someone named Emily.
Yeah. But it's just a similar, you know, slightly to the left, but similar vibe of like, you know, we all have to help each other out. And any opportunity that you get to help someone is a glorious joy, really. Like,
yes.
And I like the end where it says, I hope she never learns how to peel oranges, because it's like, it's something that I can do for her, that I enjoy participating in this community.
Right.
Not because you want someone to be ignorant and not self-reliant or like independent or whatever, but just like, I don't know.
It's an act of friendship, and like, you know,
it's a small thing that like, you know, she could survive without technically, but it makes her life better.
Right, exactly. And it's like, not only are you helping a member of like the community or whatever, but it's also just like, you're my friend and I get to do this thing for you. Right. And so I hope you never learn to do it better. Like,
just participating
and like doing an activity together, even as something as like small as that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I like it. If anybody out there knows who those two poems are by, please send it our way.
And if you have a poem that you would like us to read, whether it be your poem or a poem that you like, feel free to send it our way.
And discuss. Please, short poems only. We're not about reading the Iliad on the pod.
Or the Raven. I love the Raven. Great poem. Very classic, but it's too long. So feel free to, you know, you can send it to our email, or you can DM us, and
tag us on Instagram. Is that what you say?
You could tag. You could tag us.
Oh I don't use Instagram.
You could tag
I'm an old person.
You could tag. You could DM. Whatever you want to do. Our Instagram is yappiness.pod. Follow us there. We also have an email address, yappinesspod@gmail.com. Follow us, like, subscribe, do all the things. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.